My good friend John tells me all the time, Charlie, build something out of a box 4 times a week. And I say to him, no, it's not for me. I wish I didn't listen to him. I don't want to build it out of a box. I was just about to smash all the locks, right? Because actually the seat is locked on. The fuel cap is locked on and it does have ignition. And then I thought, hang on a minute, let's check these bags just in case at the bottom there is a key somewhere, because that would be well handy, wouldn't it? I've had that before where I found keys after smashing the locks. I think it's high hopes on this occasion though. That is no obvious sign of a key. What have we got in here? There's more parts than needed, I think. Any sign of a key down there? Okay, so it's a good start. Okay, ignition's easy. We'll have to smash that off. We'll have to just get an actual ignition set. Is this loose anyway? Yeah. So, looking this bike over, I've got a compression tester in there. My theory is I've connected up. If I bridge the solenoid, I can get a compression reading on this engine. If it turns over at all, it might not. My other theory as well is that this is not a project. It's got no exhaust, it's got no carburetor, it's got nothing really. It's got all these old bits and pieces of parts. It's got a front brake caliper. I think it's a breaker, let's be honest. It's got no paperwork, it's got no keys. I'm sure it's a breaker. So yeah, I don't think I need to hotwire it or anything. I think bridging that will turn it over. It wouldn't start, but I don't want it to start. It couldn't start anyway, it's got nothing at all. If it had good compression, it'd be tempting to get a carb and an exhaust and put it on. But then it owes me 100 already, and exhaust is going to be 100, I'm sure. Carb's going to be 50. That'd be 250 just to have a very basic looking frame with something. I don't think this is a project, but let me see if I can get a compression reading on it. I'm not holding my breath. Ooh. It's doing nothing at all. No sparks, nothing. No sparks, nothing. Maybe the leads aren't on properly. As far as I'm aware, you wouldn't need anything at all. It wouldn't matter if this fuse is blown. It would turn over on that, because all you're doing is sending power direct down to the starter motor. I wonder if we can actually power the starter motor directly. It's down here. That's annoying. Because it's a good high reading. 145, and it's been sitting for a while. Then what makes this engine not a runner? I'm confused. What I need is, I need to find an old carb in here. If I find an old carb, right, let me have a think about this. If I can find an old carb, although you wouldn't even need it, I can just spray through. No, there's no exhaust, is there? What's the plan here? What is the exhaust studs like? Yeah, they look okay. There's one there, there's one. Yeah, this is interesting one. There's some oil in there. This is tough, guys, because what do you do? Do you know what? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the chain and sprocket. Looking at the swing arm. I don't think it's a saver. I don't think it's savable. Let me check online and see what the engines go for. Let me see how much an exhaust is. Let me do some research. So there's plenty of exhaust for like £60 or so. No. It's not worth it. Good engine. Let's drop that engine. That is an engine that can be sold. It's a good high compression engine. I have no doubt about that. Look at the shocks. That looks like dirt. It's not. That's worn. Look at the rubbers. Nah. And they're also not straight. No. It's not readable. It's not buildable. It's as simple as that, guys. I'm going to strip it down. Any parts that are worth something, I'm going to take off. I'm going to drop that engine now. I'm going to mark it as well as good compression starting motor, because it's worth a few pounds. Nothing else. Look at the shocks. Nothing else is any good. I'm stuck with two bikes now that are worth nothing, and I don't really know what to do with the frames. Uh-oh, there's that noise. Okay, I've put the cb200 back together. It looks stunning, but it is going. I am selling it because I'm done with it. I'm done with older bikes that I just can't tune to perfection. So it's going to go. I'm going to put it up for 1500, hoping to take around that, and then I'll put any funds into something else. It's going to be sold as a riding project. It is absolutely a project, otherwise it would be finished. You saw in the last video, it starts, it runs, it rides. Getting the right fueling flow and the carbs right and the right air restriction is what's needed. And The new owner can do that. But actually, if you look at the bike, Nat's paintwork, I ruined it on the tank because I let it drip, but Nat's paintwork, look on the side panels, is stunning. The frame is still in great condition, so I did a good job there. Everything I painted is in great condition. Front mudguard is very cool, and I haven't added any more to this, guys. I've just pulled it out of the garage, so it is a good basis. The tiny little brake light I love, and running light I love. It will do someone well. The condenser's here just because I wanted it grounded. So a stunning bike, but I'm done with it. I'm done with old stuff in the garage. I'm a bit annoyed that I bought this. I'll make a few pound off it, but I don't like old shitty bikes sitting at the garage, is the truth. So I'm gonna have to do something with that at some point. I don't know how. Scrappers used to take them, they don't anymore, especially without a logbook. Right, I'm going to push this. I need to find, where's the gear lever? I've seen it. Let me throw the gear lever on, and I'm going to push it up the ramp. I like the pictures from the ramp angle. Get some pictures, and hope that someone who knows a little bit more what they're talking about loves this bike, because I think it's just different enough to be cool, actually. So a lot done today, and also not enough. Again, I dislike having the junkers at the back there, so I'm going to deal with them some way. I've messaged a guy who's a breaker who's collected from here before. Well, yeah, cool. So lots done today, but more to do tomorrow. The fan needs a good clean, a once over, a wipe, some wax. Inside and out needs clearing, and it needs photos ready for an advert. It's now a starting, running, riding, braking, MOT'd, road legal vehicle. So that's great. The CB is advertised. You're going to see it up. I know it's quite sad, but sometimes you have to cut your losses, and this is it. Cut the losses. It's done. I don't want it sitting in the garage for all these years and not being able to achieve. So it needs to go and do what it needs to do. I'll use the money on something else. And yeah, that's it. I am looking for another project, so I've got my eyes open for something. At the moment, projects are going for stupid money, and they're in terrible condition. That keyway there showed us that last week. This little CBR today was only 100 quid. I'll get more out of it. That's a good engine. I've chucked it on eBay for £200. It's a good engine. The only thing I don't know is the bottom end. I don't know if there's a gearbox issue. Yeah, alright. Busy, but I don't feel like I've got much done. It's quite a sad feeling. Except I've got loads done as well.